Going on, Seagull Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. We got a lot to discuss today, ladies and gentlemen, as there's so many things floating about around Arsenal. There's links to new signings. There's rumors about William Saliba leaving. We need to talk about who's going to potentially start versus PSG. There's just so many little things that we need to discuss. But before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button, and let's get this show started the right way. Now, as you guys roll through, I'm gonna be talking about some of these discussion points. But before we go any further, I just want to talk about something that has really been triggering me on social media. I've seen too much negativity, and I get it. Arsenal have been struggling. I get it. Arsenal are dropping points left, right, and center in the Premier League. But the main focus is none other than the Champions League. Let's be honest. The main focus is the Champions League and nothing else. It's not mission impossible. We can still get the job done. I don't think it's necessarily needed for everyone to go crazy. So let's chill for a bit. Let's calm down, slow down, and let's remember the priorities. The priorities to try to win that Champions League game versus PSG, and whatever happens in the league is really irrelevant at this moment in time, as long as we still get Champions League football at the end of the season. Coming in first, coming in second, coming in third, doesn't really make a difference. But yeah, that's one thing. Number two, big up people in the comment section. Do me a favor, please do smash that like button, guys. Please do smash that like button. It helps out the channel massively, as you guys already know. And we're gonna have to get into some of these discussion points. But yeah, and as we're talking about that, I did see this video from Harry Simeon, and I think this is the perfect explanation of what I mean when I say this. So yeah, check this video out quickly.
That start off doing it and loving the club, right? Because they come from a position where they're fans. And I would argue that even when they do go in the direction that I'm about to describe, they do still love the club, because you can't switch that off. If you've grown up supporting the club, you can't switch it off. But there comes a point where their egos, right, dictate that being proven right is more important than the success of the football club. And they will tell you, no, I'm demanding the highest standards. I'm demanding the very, very best. But that's because they don't realize that their ego is completely taken over. They want to be able to hit the record button, hit the go live button, whatever it might be, and tell you that they were right. It's like an addiction. And for a lot of these people, it's what fuels them. It's what drives them. It's why they make outrageous comments and outrageous predictions. Because if you make 10 outrageous predictions and even 2 or 3 of them come off, you can point to them and say, that was me thinking outside the box. I'm a genius. And your ego doesn't allow you to remember the ones that you got horribly and completely wrong. I'll give you a great example, right? There are a lot of content creators out there that say, if Mikel Arteta doesn't win the Champions League this season, he should be sacked. The same people 3 years ago would have told you that Mikel Arteta was a championship standard manager and would never get this club anywhere further than 8th in the league. Now, their ego tells them that the fact that he hasn't won one of the major trophies, the Premier League or the Champions League, means that they're right. But it completely ignores the fact that they also told you that this guy wasn't going to get us past 8th. So he's already proven them wrong. They are already wrong. They've already been wrong. And I'm not having a go at people for being wrong. We're all wrong at times. But people that overblow their successful predictions and ignore the bad ones, that's because their ego's doing that. Their ego's got in the way.
And I do rate that. I do think that's correct. Just one second. Sorry about that, guys. Amazon sent me somebody sent me a package and just literally came in. So yeah, so that is that. Let's get into some of the transfer talk though. Let's get into some of the conversations. So the first conversation is Arsenal are interested in signing a player. Yeah, so Arsenal are interested in signing this gentleman here named Jared Gillett, plays for Dortmund. Arsenal are interested in him. They're looking to sign him, and rumors have come about just today. First time I've heard of these rumors. I've heard of the player. Obviously, I've seen what he did in the Champions League. Won them a couple games. He can score some goals. He's a decent left winger. He's shown some quality. So let's see what all the rumors about Gillett and Arsenal, because there is a bunch of rumors floating about Gillett and Arsenal today. French football have been speaking about it. People have been looking at I've been seeing highlights of him. I've been seeing a lot of stuff. I've been seeing around 50 to 60 million. That's what they're saying about him. And who is Jared Gillett, and should Arsenal sign him in the summer? Now, what you guys need to know is he's a British player. He's a British international. He is playing for Dortmund. He is what is he, 20 years old? Yeah, he's 20 years old. This season alone, he has 8 goals, 3 assists. He can play in multiple different positions, and Arsenal are seriously interested in the player. Now, what we know is Chelsea have also been interested in him, and this is what, his second year breakthrough? No. Wow, he's actually been 4 years in Dortmund, but I would say this is his second year, like fully breaking through. Last 2 years before that was just, it was just getting bare small minutes left, right, and center. This is where he really started to break out the last 2 years, and this year is his best season of his career. He's 20 years old. He can play on the left. He can play in the cam. He can also play as a left midfielder also, but majority on the left wing. He is somebody who this season alone has improved dramatically, and his XG goes to show you that he has been scoring at a high rate in the league over there in the Bundesliga, and he's even played left wing back sometimes also in his career. But yeah, his performances, his ability to get involved in the final third, score goals, could be very valuable to Arsenal. Now, is he the right signing for Arsenal? Is there somebody better available out there? Potentially. But now Arsenal are seeming to be leading the race and in talks between him and Dortmund over the player. He would cost between 50 to 60 million euros. So that would be what, 40 to 50 million pounds, really. It's not the end of the world. It's not a ridiculous amount of money for a player like him. And when you compare him to Nico Williams and Rafael Leao, as you can see here, he is better at scoring goals than the both of them, but he's not better at getting assists. He's not better at creating. He is decent at dribbling and carrying and alternative actions, but he, in comparison to some of the other players we've been looking at, doesn't look like he's that much better than them in the creativity aspect of things, but in the goal scoring aspect of things, he seems to be up there. And yeah, this is the guy that Arsenal seem to be speaking about today. Is he a needle mover? Is he somebody who's going to take us steps above? He's not proven enough to show that and say that he's guaranteed much better than what we currently have. But yet, it does seem like, you know what this is? This is would this work? It's debatable. The fee is very good. Obviously, he has potential. Obviously, he's somebody who comes in and has high potential. But does that mean he's going to give us the instant impact that we need? A Nico Williams, Leao, somebody like Lookman, they come into this team, maybe they give us more guaranteed impact right away, as they're more proven and they're more physically better, or somebody that's more creative, similar to how Kvaratskhelia went into PSG, somebody more proven with a release clause. That works also. But how much would Dortmund be interested in selling him for? Is he the guy that Arsenal want? And really, is he the best left wing option out there? I don't know if that's true. I don't think it's relatively true to say that he's the best option out there. Arsenal should go and get the best option out there. Somebody who's proven, somebody who has a good price tag, and somebody who has shown a high level of quality for years. This is really his first good season, I would say. And even then, it's not dramatically better than any of the players that we currently have. I don't think this is a major improvement yet. Let's be honest. He does not give me the confidence to say that he's going to come into this team and make a big difference. That's just my opinion. So at this moment in time, Although I understand the links, I understand the reason why people would be interested in him, doesn't really breed me with too much confidence. Let's see what some of the people are saying that I trust. This guy's saying he's an unbelievable player with a high ceiling, although raw, and some people are saying although he's raw, face 1v1s, creates separation and shoots off both feet. He solves problems to elevate Arsenal's attack. One to watch. I get it. I get it. Another one here saying signing negotiations. Watch this. What do you think? There's a couple of things, but Chelsea are also interested in him. I personally don't know enough yet to say he is the best option for us or not. My main question is he the best option available, or are we just signing him based on potential? Because if we're going to spend big, you do have to go and get somebody who can make a difference right away. I don't know if you can continue to say trust the process with signings. It's a risk and a gamble every time you make a signing, but there's a little bit more understanding when that player has done stuff to show that they can reach higher levels. He's 20 years old, still has a lot of scope to grow. He's a tricky winger, but I just don't know enough about him yet to say he can take that step needed. But fair. Leal is actually a good left winger. He's been very inconsistent this season, but he is quality though. Yeah, there you go. And he's already shown that he can win major honors with his team in the past. So that's a completely different level right there, different conversation right there with him. As for the conversations with Rodrygo, did you guys see the Rodrygo conversations? Arsenal and Rodrygo. There's been so much conversations around Arsenal and Rodrygo and everything that's going on with Arsenal, with Rodrygo and everything else. So let me show you guys what was being said yesterday. Just yesterday. There was reports that Arsenal have inquired and are interested in Rodrygo in recent days. The player has spoken with Xabi Alonso and finds out his role in the team and then makes his decision. Starting price would be close to 100 million euros. And this came from Hand of Ozil speaking about Rodrygo. You also have another one here saying that having recently expressed interest in Rodrygo and have made initial inquiries in Rodrygo. So Arsenal are interested in Rodrygo. Arsenal are interested in speaking with Real Madrid about Rodrygo, trying to get the signing of Rodrygo over the line to see what we can do. The talks are currently ongoing, and this is an ambitious signing. Let's be honest, Rodrygo to leave Real Madrid to join Arsenal would be a massive, massive deal. This could be a game changer for Arsenal in the sense that I rate him highly and I think he's a quality player. Now, I don't rate him on the same level as Saka, but a lot of people do. A lot of people say he's on the same level as Saka. He's on the same tier as Saka. He's sitting on the same conversations, stools, tables with Saka and some of these other guys with the ability that he has in goal. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the emerging talks about Rodrygo. Now, Rodrygo to Arsenal for me is very simple. It's very simple. Rodrygo is a quality player. He comes into this team and makes a difference. What does Rodrygo bring to Arsenal? Experience, somebody who's won major honors, somebody who's been in big games, shown clutch ability, somebody who comes in here who's going to be demanding the ball in dangerous areas to help us win the games. He has been linked with Arsenal previously also, and he's also linked with Chelsea. He's also linked with other clubs, so we might have some competition. However, it is unlikely that Real Madrid will sell him unless he's expressed a desire to leave. He's not expressed a desire to leave, and unless he expresses a desire to leave, I don't know if he's going to get sold. But Rodrygo has been linked with Arsenal. Arsenal have reportedly spoken with him and made initial contacts. Real Madrid are unlikely to sell unless a massive offer comes in and unless the player is desperate to leave. And at this moment in time, it just doesn't seem like Rodrygo is desperate to leave the club. But Real Madrid would definitely sell if a good offer came in, and it would be on Arsenal to get his head turned. As for wages, demands, this is the kind of signing where it could be a needle mover in the attack. If we go and get Rodrygo and we go and get a striker of quality, definitely can make a change. But with that being said, it also has me concerned about Real Madrid and Saliba, because if they're going to be looking at selling Rodrygo, they're definitely going to be looking to improve their defense. If they're looking to improve their defense, boy, you know what I'm thinking. Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking the first player they're going to be looking at is William Saliba. Real Madrid, William Saliba is I've been hearing it nonstop for the last 48 hours. I've been hearing it nonstop. I've been hearing it, and it's really, really annoying. But we've been hearing about it, and there is some truth behind everything we hear, guys. There is some truth behind everything we hear. As much as we don't want to talk about Saliba to Real Madrid, the reality situation is Real Madrid are very keen and are keeping tabs on William Saliba. Some sources even claim that they've held informal talks with William Saliba. However, Arsenal do still have William Saliba under contract, and he's relatively untouchable when we're trying to prepare a new contract with the defender. But if we see that we cannot get a new deal with William Saliba, we could end up selling him. We could end up letting him go. I hate to say it, but do me a favor, before we go any further, smash that like button, guys, hit that subscribe button, and let's just talk about this William Saliba interest from Real Madrid, because it doesn't go away. Every day, same story. Real Madrid interested in Saliba. Every day, same story. Real Madrid interested in Saliba. So this is what's being said right now. Real Madrid are clear. They will be ready to go for William Saliba when the opportunity arises, and we'll be waiting to see what happens between talks between the player and Arsenal, just like they did with Trent, says Fabrizio Romano. Right? You have another one here saying, yeah, same thing. They're just waiting to see the same situation with Trent. Right? When you ask accounts, when we ask this account to pay attention to Saliba, you know what? Real Madrid are interested in Saliba. Same thing over and over again. Real Madrid are interested in Saliba. Real Madrid are interested in Saliba. Over and over again, we just keep hearing the same story. Now, the thing that I have a problem with is the way they speak about it. It's almost as if the way that they speak about Saliba is that he is done. He's dusted, and he's going to be a Real Madrid player. They don't even speak about him as if Arsenal has a choice to sell him. It's really annoying. But when you're big, you're big. And Real Madrid are one of the biggest clubs in the world. And this is what they're saying. Real Madrid have decided to sign William Saliba and have been in talks with all parties for weeks. And they want him this summer. That's what L'Equipe says. You got another one saying that Real Madrid are considering William Saliba a generational talent, and if there is an opening to sign him in 2026 or 2027, they will go for him, but it depends on the renewal talks with Arsenal. That's what Fabrizio Romano said back 15 hours ago. And we keep hearing reports, and some of these reports are falsified, by the way, as L'Equipe are not translating it 100% to the T. But William Saliba does not intend on forcing a move away from Arsenal, but the English club will have to prove to him that it is possible to win trophies there. Now, this has been actually proven to be incorrect. What he implied was he will need the club to continue to push on to improve to win major honors, not that they will have to prove to him that it's possible to win trophies at Arsenal, but yet that it is possible that the club will continue to show ambition to try to win those major honors instead of just what they've said it here. The way they've said it here is almost as if Arsenal have to prove to him that it's possible to be successful here. But what he said is he wants Arsenal to be successful and he wants to win with Arsenal. That's what he was implying. So they've worded it differently to make it sound worse. As for William Saliba, he's very attracted to Real Madrid. It's the only club that he will leave Arsenal for. I don't think he said anything about attractiveness to Real Madrid. He just spoke about the fact that Real Madrid's a big club and he understands that, and he's never said anything about leaving Arsenal for a club. I don't know where they're getting their sources from, but they're talking absolute bollocks. What do you call it? Rudiger already spoke about William Saliba in the past and put it out there. If could sign one centre back in the world now, Rudiger did mention William Saliba. They've been putting this out there. They've been putting this out there since October. Since October, they've been putting stuff out there to try to speak about William Saliba, and the media conglomerate, which is Real Madrid. They have so much sources, so many different people that just want to jump in, out, and speak about William Saliba every single day. Honestly, it is sickening. Egals, it sounds like sick and sad. Yeah, you know what? It is annoying. It is annoying. It is extremely annoying. William Saliba will force a move very soon. I doubt William Saliba will force a move away from the club. I doubt that. I doubt that that would be the case. But as you can see here, in the last 48 hours, from the Trent news to just random stuff about L'Equipe, they have been non-stop speaking about William Saliba every second of every minute, and it's really, really annoying. But that is what they have been. That is what they've been doing. They've been non-stop speaking about William Saliba reports, William Saliba reports, William Saliba reports, left, right, and center. And we just have to wait and see what happens with the William Saliba stuff, as I don't think there is any remote truth to that at this moment in time. So we're just going to have to wait and see. The decisions is in the room with us. Yeah, the decision is in our room, and it's not really in Real Madrid's room. They don't have the power to just say, you know what, we've decided to sign William Saliba and he's going to leave. No, we are going to most likely keep him. We're most likely going to keep him, and we're most likely going to try to keep him for another year. So I'm going to wait and see. And all this stuff about William Saliba and all this other stuff about William Saliba, we're just going to have to wait and see, because I do think they're just chatting a lot of shit. Imagine if Arsenal put out an article saying we've decided to sign Isak. Imagine if Arsenal just put out an article saying we've decided to sign Alexander Isak. 95% of you Arsenal fans would say it's bullshit. So in that same aspect, I would expect when you see stuff like this that you understand that. People say it's about winning trophies. I know it is. I know it's about winning trophies, but we also have to smell the bullshit when we see it. When you see the bullshit, you got to be able to say, I smell bullshit. When you see stuff like this, you got to be able to say, I smell bullshit. Just be honest. It's bullshit. It's actually bullshit. There's no chance that we're just going to go up and sell William Saliba just like that. Come on. We have to be prepared to fight for William Saliba. You have to be prepared to show our ambition and fight. You have to be prepared, and I think we can do it. I think we can do it. I think it's going to be difficult. Don't get me wrong; it's going to be extremely difficult. But yeah, I don't know why Arsenal put out Saliba's story. It's random. But yeah, this was the tweet that I seen that made me really think about this before we go any further. This was a tweet right here saying Arsenal will do everything they can to hold on to Saliba. Real Madrid have made it clear in the past weeks that he is their number one choice, down to the club to show the player we are a serious institution. So yeah, if it's down to the club to show Arsenal players if we're a serious institution, you know, some of the fans are already going to be saying he's out the door. It's just the trust between the fans and the club still not there, and they need to show it to us by keeping William Saliba and going over the line and trying to win some major trophies. That is the reality of the situation. But let's get on to the next one. Martin Ødegaard's fitness. What is going on with Martin Ødegaard? We need to speak about Ødegaard. Is he going to be available? Is he going to be injured? Is he going to be fit? What is going on with Martin Ødegaard in this upcoming game? I don't even want to talk about VAR or whatever. Martin Ødegaard's injury. Let's see, 1 second. Martin Ødegaard's injury. Is he injured? Is he going to miss the game versus PSG? Is he going to be out? What is going on with Martin Ødegaard? Is there a fitness issue? Is there some sort of injury problem? We're going to have to wait and see, because there has been a report that was reported on the 19th of April that Martin Ødegaard early in the season came back, and he obviously coming back from a grade 3 ankle issue. He'll have to go through surgery, post-season surgery. Wow. So Martin Ødegaard's currently playing this whole entire season without getting surgery, and he's going to be. So look at this. You got this Arsenal fan here saying this. I've been doing
some reading on Ødegaard's injury earlier in the season. Really tough one to come back from. Think Arsenal fans need to take it way easier on him. Complete ligament rupture in his left ankle. Grade 3 strain. I think he'll get post-season surgery.
So after having his injury, he has not come back the same player this season and has not been himself. And he's very much one-footed player. And for him to what do you call it? You know what? His left ankle is his shooting foot too. The main thing is, let me tell you guys, this is my main thing with Martin Ødegaard. He's expected to be fully fit ahead of the game versus PSG. There was concerns that he might be injured, and there's concerns that he might be injured come the end of the season and will need post-season surgery. He's currently might be playing with some sort of injury or some sort of knock, as he's not been his normal self. And Martin Ødegaard's fitness has been a major issue this entirety of the season. Is Martin Ødegaard fit right now? We don't know. Is he fit enough to play? Yes, he is. And if he's fit enough to play, he has to perform. He's not performed to his very best. He's not performed at all to his very best. Martin Ødegaard has not been his very best this season, but he's still one of the players that is going to be needed for this game versus PSG. He's a club captain, and he should be ready to come up against PSG in this upcoming game. We cannot see him hiding. We cannot see him missing. We cannot see him not stepping up. Is there a major problem, and will he need surgery at the end of the season? We don't know. But one thing we do know is versus PSG on Wednesday, we're going to need him to show up and have one of his best games that he's had all season. And if he's not scoring, there's other ways where he can contribute. He can contribute by setting up assists. He can contribute by helping out defensively. Do what you can to help out in this upcoming game. And that is all we can ask for. As for Ousmane Dembélé, we need to find out what the update fitness-wise is on Ousmane Dembélé also, because Ousmane Dembélé is going to be a crucial piece in this game for PSG. He's their best player. He is their metronome, the player they play through. And if Dembélé is out, it makes a difference. But Ousmane Dembélé seems to be that he will be available for this game. Dembélé will be available for this game. He will not be out. Is Dembélé injured? We don't know. Will he need surgery? We don't know. One thing we do know is he was diagnosed with a hamstring injury on the 2nd of May. That is what we do know. He was diagnosed with a hamstring injury on the 2nd of May. And with the hamstring strain and right thigh tightness, they're evolving and seeing what's happening. I have not seen any news about anything else about Dembélé saying that he will miss the game. I've not seen any news about Dembélé saying he'll miss the game at all. Any news about Dembélé being injured. Any news about anything regarding Dembélé missing. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. For now, it looks like Dembélé came to the Emirates, shushed the crowd, and since then, it's been radio silent. Radio silent. Will Dembélé miss the game versus PSG versus Arsenal? Last time I checked, 2 hours ago, PSG delivered Ousmane Dembélé update immediate for the Arsenal game, and rumor has it that Dembélé is a doubt for the game against Arsenal, but even though he's a doubt, I still expect him to start. That's just me. Let's be honest. What's the chances that their biggest game of the season, where they rested the entire team and he doesn't play? It's very, very unlikely. Very unlikely. Very unlikely. If Dembélé does not play, that is a massive boost for Arsenal. But still, even if Dembélé doesn't play, I do think PSG are still a very dangerous side, and they could still very well beat us in the second leg, especially now that we have Timber out. Yeah, we got Timber out for this game. Timber's out. Timber's out. So who's going to start versus PSG? Let's talk about it. Who will start versus PSG? Well, Saka is definitely going to start. Rice, a bunch of these guys are definitely going to start. So let me just show you guys what I think the starting lineup is going to be before we move on. The Arsenal starting lineup in the Champions League versus PSG in the upcoming game is going to be, in my opinion, very similar to the team that we played versus Real Madrid when Thomas Partey was available. The team is going to be, if I go to that Real Madrid team, the team that played against Real Madrid, and I just pull it up, it's going to be pretty much the exact same team. Just switch out Timber for Ben White. That is pretty much what's gonna happen. So you're gonna have Raya in goal. You're gonna have the back line of Miles Lewis-Skelly. Let me just show you. So this was the team that played Real Madrid. You're gonna have Miles Lewis-Skelly, Kivior, Saliba, and you're gonna have Ben White. Midfield: Declan Rice, Partey, Ødegaard. Front three: Martinelli, Moreno, Saka. That is the team that I think is going to play versus PSG. That is the team that PSG is going to play in this game. Are we going to win? Are we going to lose? Whatever happens, these guys are going to have to step up big time. Miles Lewis-Skelly has already shown what he's capable of. Kivior, Saliba have shown what they're capable of. We're going to need that right-hand side to step up. With Saka, Martin Ødegaard, and Ben White on that right-hand side, no Timber, we're going to need to see a better performance from them. That's just the reality. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here, boys and girls. I'll be back again later tonight at 10 o'clock with another video. Do me a favor, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And we'll leave you guys there with that. It's been a great day, and I'm not too stressed about the games coming up yet. Hopefully they don't stress the shit out of me later today. But yeah, we'll leave it at there, guys. Timber is expected to be fit. Everyone's reported. What? Since when? When did Timber become fit? When did they say Timber is fit? Timber is fit for PSG. What? Since when? Where's the report? Oh my goodness! You're fucking kidding me. How did I miss this? How did I miss this? How did I miss this? Oh my God. Timber is expected to be fit to play PSG 8 hours ago. Let's go. That is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Arteta will do something different in Paris. Talking about William Saliba, we already spoke about that. Jared Gillett already spoke about that. What is this? Oh, Arsene Wenger talking about something. What is this? Oh, big up Vieira and his mom back in London chilling. I think we are going to win the second leg. Mikel Moreno, shout out to you. We've already spoke about that. Who the hell is this guy? Don't know. Cheeto Obi Martin. But yeah, can't believe it. There you go. Anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Timber looks like he's expected to stay fit. So you put him into the team. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Love.